Hello and welcome to this session. In today's session, we will be talking about health and how health can actually influence your wisdom. In order to be a good speaker, you must ensure that you are in a good state of health. Because the healthier you are, the more wisdom you will be able to generate, the more energy you will be able to unleash to pick up the skills of spoken English communication. Today, we are joined with some of our learned participants. Not many have joined us thus far, but I hope that they join us pretty soon. The ones who are serious about the training program will, of course, be joining us, but they'll be joining us very shortly. We have 7 or 8 odd today to start with, but doesn't matter. We'll start the session, and I'll start with a brief presentation. So the agenda of the session today will be, we'll have a small presentation on how to keep good health. That'll be number 1. Number 2 is we will have 5 or maybe 6 conversations, model conversations, our humatars will be performing. And thereafter, I will ask 2 of our learned participants to demonstrate spontaneous speech. So that is going to be the agenda. So let's start out with a small presentation on health and how it can affect your spoken English communication journey, right? So let's start with this brief but very effective presentation. Okay, so what's important to understand is a good brain can communicate better, right? If you have good health, if you are eating well, sleeping well, and leading a healthy lifestyle, you will be a better communicator. It is not just the mental wrestling that makes you an effective communicator. You have to be following some good physical discipline, right? Good food, sleep, and some amount of exercise in order to be an effective communicator, because only then your mind acts better. A healthy mind can reside only in a healthy body. Okay, so let's move on. A good brain can communicate better. Break a sweat to boost brain health. Here we go. So what are the requirements for good health? Well, good health will depend upon how careful you are about your health needs. Are you conscious of what you need to do to be healthy? Are you aware of the things that you need to do in order to stay healthy? Number 2 is diet, which is very important. Diet has to be balanced, and you must eat well. Take the right kind of food. Don't take too much of fatty substances, but that does not mean you should avoid fat altogether. You must take fat as well, but in control, not in excess. And eat things that are nutritious and that really can boost brain health. And third is exercise. Okay, let's move on. So an amazing instrument, the human body, as we'll be following the same methodology. I'll be reading out the presentation and then I'll be explaining it to you. The human brain is an amazing instrument. It controls all body functions, including movement, thoughts, and emotions. The brain is constantly changing and growing in response to its environment. So it indeed makes sense to take care of your brain by maintaining a healthy lifestyle. This short lesson will briefly explain how physical activities are crucial to effective brain functioning. Again, a good brain can stay in a good body. You have to be conscious of your health needs. Now, there is this tendency in many Oriental cultures to neglect the body and think too much about the spirit. Whether the spirit exists or not is a different thing altogether. I'm not going into that altogether, right? But even if you consider the spirit as somewhat like the mind, probably there are some Oriental ideas, not probably, actually there are certain ideas, some Occidental ideas as well, which attach a lot more importance to the mind than to the body. That is not a good idea, because the mind cannot really operate well unless it is being fueled by good health. You have to be careful. You have to be very wary of, very careful about what you eat and what you do, how much rest you're taking. You should not be leading a bohemian lifestyle, should not be lazy, and at the same time, you must not be abhorring rest. There are certain very stupid Hindustani idioms. Aram haram hai. What rubbish. Do not follow such idioms. Aram haram hai, for those who don't understand Hindustani, means rest is bad. Rest is illegal. Rest is not permissible. That is rubbish. Okay. Because unless you rest, your body does not get the fuel it needs to operate well. And if your body is not fueled up, I'm sorry, your mind will also not be fueled up. So take good care of your health. All right. Integrate physical exercises into your English journey. You just heard me. Integrate physical exercises into your English journey. You will soon discover that this book, which means the training program, you will soon discover that this training program forces your brain to work in new and challenging ways. I'm sure you're already experiencing that. Please integrate physical exercises into the quest for improving your spoken English skills. If you follow a regular schedule for physical exercises, you will be able to utilize the spoken English skills taught in this training program to your maximum advantage. Please appreciate that you have to work your way through. You have to work your way through. You must take good care of your health. If you don't do that, it's going to be a real issue. You have to follow an exercise regime as well. Do not worry. I'm not going to suggest a very high-end or difficult exercise regime for you. What I'm going to suggest will be very simple. Everybody can do it. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to go to a costly gym. You don't have to spend too much money on your food as well. All you need to do is to ensure that you're exercising, you're making your body move. Do not get into bohemian lifestyles, right? Do not get into those extremely sluggish lifestyles, sedentary lifestyles. They're really going to affect your health. And once you have belly fat, if you have a lot of extra fat in your body, it becomes very difficult for you to cut all that fat. So if you are too bulky, if you are too lazy, if you're not moving enough, then I'm sorry, your body also, your mind also is not going to work all that well. I cannot stress on this point enough that a healthy mind can reside in a healthy body. All right, moving on. Tough body, tough mind. The brain requires a supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly, and physical activity helps deliver these essential substances to the brain. Besides, physical activity stimulates the growth of new nerve cells and increases the connections between existing cells. Consequently, your cognitive powers and memory get a boost. Exercise also helps reduce anxiety and improve mood for optimal brain function. Please appreciate that the growth of new nerve cells would mean practically having more wisdom, practically having more brain activity. The more the nerve cells, the better it is going to be for you. The more the connections between the existing cells, the stronger the connections, the stronger the communication between the nerve cells, the wiser you will get, the more intelligent you will get. And naturally, that will also be helping your English communication, fueling your English communication journey, and you will become a better speaker, a better orator. Very important that you give your memory and your analytical powers a boost, and that you can do by having a tough body. The idea that only the mind is important and the body is not important is stupid. Please banish such old orthodox ideas that do not do us any good. You need to have a tough body. Be rough and tough. Raise levels of important brain chemicals. Now, physical activities, when you are exercising, also increase levels of certain brain chemicals that are important for cognition, such as dopamine and norepinephrine. Sorry, I might not be pronouncing it properly, but these are the two. These are very important brain chemicals which can really raise increased levels of these brain chemicals can give you more command over things. They'll improve your cognitive powers. They'll improve your physical activity. They'll improve your absorption powers. Your intelligence will get a boost, and you will consequently be speaking better English. Improve your cognitive functioning. Cognitive means what? Cognitive means to be aware of something. In simplistic terms, cognizance would mean, what is the meaning of the word cognizance? Cognizance means to be aware of things, to be aware of things that are happening, right? So your cognitive powers improve when you do exercises. Very important that you don't miss out on exercises. Do you have to do heavy exercises? Not at all. Not at all. Okay. What you have to do, we'll soon be talking about that. So improve your cognitive functioning. However, you must appreciate that not all types of physical activity are equally beneficial for the brain. Aerobic exercise, which is any type of activity that increases your heart rate and breathing, is particularly effective at promoting brain health. So if you wish to improve your cognitive functioning, be sure to incorporate some aerobic exercise into your routine. If you want your cognitive functioning to improve, if you want to be more cognizant of things, you want to improve your analytical powers, understand things better, interpret them better, reproduce them better, work on them better, then you have to bring in some aerobic exercise into your routine. What are aerobic exercises? Well, there can be technical definitions. I'm not interested in those technical definitions. All I can tell you is aerobic exercise is the kind of exercise that increases your heart rate and breathing, right? And it is not good to be in such a state at all times, but occasionally raising your heart rate and breathing, the rate of breathing, can do your body a world of good, right? So come out of your sluggish ways, come out of your lazy ways, and do some aerobics, okay? All right. What kind of aerobics? I'll soon tell you. The best aerobic exercise that I know of, I'll tell you that. And you just need to do that and nothing else. Okay. Walk your way to wow. That's it. That's what I wanted to tell you. The best aerobic exercise I know of is walking. Walking is simple, easy to do, and doesn't require any special equipment. Plus, it can be done anywhere at any time. And if you walk with a friend or family member, you can also get some social interaction while you exercise. Walking is what you have to do. You don't even have to do jogging. Just walk for 5,000 to 10,000 steps a day. You might take the weekend off, right? Just walk for 5,000 to 7,000 steps a day. Eat balanced food and see the magic. All those unwanted adipose deposits are going to disappear, right? All those ludicrous, ugly, fatty things are going to disappear, and you will be lean and smart and wonderful. Not that you already, not that you are not already lean and smart and handsome and good looking. I'm not suggesting you are not that already, but you can still be better. In fact, you can maintain the good looks. If you think you need to thin up, well, exercise. And if you are already thin, then in order to ensure that you don't get fat, please exercise. Yes, do not over exercise. Exercise, but do not over exercise. If you are comfortable with 7,000 steps, very good. Comfortable with 10,000 steps, very good. But doesn't mean you have to walk 30,000 steps every day. That's going to tire you. Do not overdo things. Keep things in check. Do things only so much or to the extent you need. You do not have to overdo things and tire yourselves, and as a result of all that fatigue that you get, lose interest in that activity and eventually stop doing it. Don't do that, right? Doing things with a lot of enthusiasm, with a lot of initial enthusiasm is not good. As you might have noted that when we started this training program, so many enthusiastic starters were there. But those people have already given up, right? Because it is not easy to persevere. But you are still sticking on because you are serious about your personality. You are serious about improving your communication skills. But not everybody is. Likewise, when you start exercising, do not overdo, because only stupid people who are driven by that enthusiasm overdo it. And as a result, they get fatigued, they get tired, and then they stop exercising. Let that not be your way of doing exercises, right? Do it in a scientific way. Do little, but do regularly. And you can take 2 days break. 5 days a week, walk 5,000 steps, 7,000 steps, better still. Do it for life and see you will never be ill. Small illnesses may come your way, but majorly you will not pick up any illness, and your body will be stout and the figure will be just as it is supposed to be, bereft of all that sickening adipose. And your brain will be very sharp, acting sharp, because your body will be fueling your brain. Okay, moving on. Another interesting thing that you can do when you walk, you can take partners. Could be your spouse, could be your friend, could be even your pet, could be a neighbor, could be anybody, right? So you can also have some amount of social interaction while you're walking. So walking is pure magic. And I tell you, the only exercise I do is walking. I do no other exercise. And that has been my lifestyle for years together. I just walk. Not suggesting that I'm extremely healthy, but yes, I do not have any major ailment. And I have been able to keep my mind active. And I believe a lot of that is ascribable to the regular walks that I take. So walking is the best exercise. Repeat, walking is the best exercise. Okay, move on. Now, love to walk. I love to walk and I love audiobooks. This is about myself. If you're interested to know a little more about your teacher, this is what I can tell you. For me, walking is a must. I have consumed dozens of audiobooks while walking. It is an incredible experience to be walking and listening to the audiobooks. You can do it too. While the walk improves my brain activity, the audiobooks add to the coterie of my information. I listen to all kinds of audiobooks while walking. Novels, short stories, business, self-help, and more. Walking is the second most enjoyable thing in my life. Writing, of course, being the most pleasurable. For how long do I walk? Well, no less than 2 hours. I make it a point. These days, I'm not walking for 2 hours, of course, because I'm unwell. But under normal circumstances, I walk for 2 hours. And those 2 hours are also meant to be listening to some wonderful audiobooks. I tell you, reading and picking up knowledge these days has become very easy. So if you're walking, you also have this great opportunity to be listening to an audiobook and consuming that content of the audiobook while exercising. How wonderful it is to be exercising and consuming the audiobook, right? So I do not walk for less than 2 hours. 2 hours is my time, but you don't have to walk for 2 hours because I walk for 20,000 steps, 20,000 steps minimum. You don't have to walk for 20,000 steps right at the outset. You can increase from 5,000, 7,000, you can increase it to 20,000. Do not increase it beyond 20,000. I think that'll be too much, right? That'll be stretching your body too much. So 1.5 to 2 hours of walk is ideal. It's great. But to start with, you can do only 30 minutes of walking. It can be 1 hour of walking. And you can also be listening to an audiobook at the same time. It's going to add to your knowledge and it's going to add to your health. So it's like getting all round benefits. Okay. So, and I must also tell you that I do not walk too fast. When you are walking, you don't have to do brisk walking. It can be normal paced walking. Don't walk too slow. Don't walk too fast. Normal pace. Walk at normal pace. That is enough, right? That's because I do not wish to rob the walking routine of its fun. What will happen is if I walk too fast, I'll be tiring myself quickly. I'll feel as if I'm exercising. And I'll kill the very fun of walking. I'll kill the very fun of listening to your audiobooks. I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy every bit of my walk. And I want to enjoy every bit of the audiobook that I'm listening to while walking. So that is why I keep it fun. I keep it enjoyable. Because the more enjoyable you keep your walking, the more you will be happier to do it. If you find walking pleasurable, you will do walking regularly. If you find it boring, if you find it tiring, you will stop doing it. So find a way out to make walking pleasurable for yourself. Okay. So when you force an activity on you, you tend to feel bored. So don't force walking on you. Make walking pleasurable. Let your body, let your mind, let your soul demand it. Hey, come on, I haven't walked today. Take me for a walk. Your mind will say, take me for a walk. And you'll be so happy to be walking. So the key is to enjoy the activity. And I do that by walking at a moderate pace and listening to my audiobooks. Oh, I love my walks. I absolutely do. And you will too. All right. So what do you have to do? Start walking. I highly recommend that you start walking for at least 30 minutes every day. If you can walk for longer periods, even better. But don't worry if you can't do those things right away. Just start with what you can do and build from there. Remember, any physical activity is better than no physical activity. Right. What will walking do for you? With a regular walking schedule in place, you will be much better placed to practice the techniques given in this lesson. And in this lesson means in this training program. So you will find that your improved brain function will help you in all aspects of your life, not just in your pursuit of English fluency. It'll make you a better worker. It'll make you a better mathematician, a better musician, a better photographer, and of course, a better orator. So start walking, will you? Do it. All right. So recap. Physical activities are crucial to effective brain functioning because they do what? They deliver oxygen and nutrients to the brain. They help reduce stress and improve mood. They stimulate the growth of new nerve cells. They increase the connections between existing cells. And they raise levels of certain brain chemicals involved in cognition. That brings me to the end of my presentation. So get up and get moving. Not right now. Do it tomorrow. Do it day after tomorrow. Do it next week, but do it for sure. Okay. Your brain will thank you for it. There we are. So we are through with the presentation. I'm straight away moving into the model conversations, right? So here we go. One of you will have to tell me, or all of you can tell me if you are able to hear the humatars speak, right? Just give me a moment. Okay. Just a second, please. These conversations, these animated conversations are very important, right? You must make sure that you learn the techniques of good conversation, listening well, speaking properly, speaking every word distinctly, the way humatars speak. If you can speak like the humatars, wow, what great speakers you'll be. Okay, so in the first conversation today, we'll find two friends talking about birthday celebrations. Birthday celebrations. Now, soon enough, we'll be starting it. But before I do that, I'll ask you to please inform me if you can hear, if this video is audible, that is, right? So just give me 1 second. Just give me a second. Right, there you go. One of you, please tell me after I start the video. Now the screen I'm sharing with you, please tell me. I'll play for a second or two, and then I'll ask you if you can hear the humitas, right? This is too loud. Right, okay. Now please tell me, I'll play it and then you tell me whether you can hear it.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you, Bob.
Can you hear it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
Yes,
all right.
sir.
Fantastic, fantastic, great. Now listen, now please hear out the humitas. They're talking about birthday celebrations, the two friends. Here we go.
Happy birthday, Mike.
Thank you, Bob.
So what are your plans for the day?
Not sure yet. Probably spend time with family and friends.
What about Jenny? Will she be a part of your celebrations?
Of course. Jenny is my best friend. We always celebrate each other's birthdays together. In all likelihood, we shall have a small get-together at the restaurant called Coffee Craze.
Well, Mike, I hope you have a great day.
Bob, you will be joining us too.
Thank you, I'd love to.
Great, all my friends will be so pleased to see you.
See you later then.
Bob.
Okay, so some technical issues were there. In this video, you saw two friends talking about their birthday. One wished the other happy birthday and also asked him what his plans are to celebrate the birthday. How does he want to go about celebrating the birthday? He says, I want to celebrate my birthday with my friends and family. And then the other friend wanted to know if Jenny would be a part of the celebrations. And this person says, of course, Jenny will be a part of the celebrations because Jenny happens to be my best friend. So she'll be there. And Bob, that is the person who had started the conversation, this birthday boy also asks him to join. And this man says, I'll be so happy to be a part of your birthday celebration. So this is how although you know each other well, you have to be respectful. For example, Sneha and Lekha could be friends for years. Yet when Sneha talks to Lekha and Lekha talks to Sneha, that quantum of respect for each other must show in the speech, right? Even if you become very close friends, please learn to respect the close friend, right? It is not a good idea to be taking liberties from a close friend. A close friend will continue to be a close friend only if you are respectful. Do not cross your limits in any conversation. You're talking to a girl, talking to a boy, talking to a child, talking to an elderly gentleman, talking to an elderly lady. Never cross your limits. Be respectful, okay? And do not be in the habit of making loose remarks. Do not use slangs. Do not make loose remarks. Do not use words that project you in bad light, okay? Let's move on to the next conversation now. In the next conversation, we'll see two friends talking about politics. Let's see what they discuss. Two friends talking about politics. Here we go. Sorry about that. Okay. Hear them out.
I'm so tired of all the political fighting. It seems like we can't agree on anything anymore.
I know. It's really frustrating. But at least we can still share our thoughts about it.
Yes, that's true. I guess we're lucky in that respect.
Yes. I wish we had a method to fix all the divisions and get something done.
Me too. Maybe one day.
Well, True welfare cannot happen unless our politicians stop being politically correct.
You are spot on. I wish they were rather politically incorrect and did something substantive.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like they're just too far gone. They are so focused on self-gains that they don't care about anyone else.
What you are saying is true.
It's just really frustrating. I want to believe they can do better, but it's hard when they constantly let us down.
Yes, I know how you feel. But like you said, at least we can still share our thoughts about it. Maybe that's something at least.
All right, so they talk about how politicians are always trying to be politically correct. They will never be giving you the right picture. They will always be coloring it in a way so that their political advantages are not lost. So the two friends talk about how this political correctness of politicians can often doom the prospects of a nation. They're unhappy about these politicians not speaking the truth. They're unhappy about the politicians not calling a spade, always trying to be politically correct. So one of the friends actually says that I wish they were politically incorrect. So you can gauge the kind of frustration that they have and the kind of disillusionment they have in their minds for the supposed representatives, their supposed representatives. Okay, let's move on to the next video. In the next video, we see two friends talking about health. We just discussed health today in our presentation. So let's see what these two friends are talking about. So I'll just be sharing the video with you. Just give me a few seconds. There we go. All right. So here you see two friends discussing about health.
Hi, Catherine. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling okay, I guess. Somewhat tired, but otherwise all right.
That's good to hear. Did you get enough sleep last night?
Not really. I had difficulties falling asleep and then woke up a few times during the night.
That sounds like it was tough. Getting sufficient sleep is crucial to good health, you know.
Yes, I know. It's just been hard lately with work and everything else going on.
I understand. Maybe you can try some relaxation techniques before bed to help you sleep better.
That's a good idea. I'll definitely try that. Thanks, Ethel.
No problem. Just take care of yourself.
I will. Thanks.
Okay, so the two friends talk about health, how important it is to rest, especially sleep. Please make it a point that you sleep well. Extremely important that you sleep well, because unless you sleep, your body does not revitalize itself, and progressively you become weak. Your mind stops functioning properly. The sleep is crucial. Very important that you learn to sleep and take cues from these wonderful Humata friends of ours. What they say is very useful. Okay, moving on to the next conversation. In the next conversation, two friends are talking about working out at a gym. Working out at a gym. We discussed health today, so you see so many health videos coming your way. Okay, so let's see what these two friends are talking about. We'll just find out. There you are. Let's see what they are talking about.
Julia, do you work out at the gym?
Yes, I love going to the gym. I usually do my workouts 3 or 4 times a week.
That's great. I've been wanting to get into shape, but I haven't had much time lately.
Yes, it can be tough to find the time. But if you really want to, you'll make the time.
You're right. I think I'm going to start going to the gym too. Do you have any workout advice?
Sure, First, you must make a routine that you enjoy. If you don't like what you're doing, you won't stick with it.
That makes sense.
Secondly, don't be too hard on yourself. You're not going to see results overnight, so don't get discouraged. You got to keep at it, and you'll eventually get there.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the advice.
No problem. Good luck with your workout journey.
Okay, so a few things to learn from them. See the professional, the pro exerciser, that girl, what does that girl say? Very essential, you keep these points in mind. That girl says that she has been exercising for a very long time and she understands the nitty-gritty of physical health and how to keep a good fit body. She says, I hit the gym 3 or 4 times a week, not more than that, which means she's like a stupid. She's not exercising every day. You should not exercise every day. Even if you are doing walking like me, take 2 days gap, if not 3 days gap, depending upon what suits your body. Make your body work, but do not torture your body. Very important, right? The second thing she says is, which I also discussed while making the presentation, you must keep your exercising regimen enjoyable. If you make it boring or if you make it appear forced, then you will not be able to continue with that regimen. So in order to be a pro exerciser, you have to exercise regularly, keep it simple and enjoyable. You should make it so enjoyable that your body will keep asking you, your body will keep asking your mind, hey, take me for exercises. And your mind will keep asking your body, hey, take me for exercises, right? You feel like exercising. And if you make it boring, if like an enthusiastic starter, you run for, say, you actually walk for 40,000 steps a day, and the next day you are unable to move, you have pain in your lower back, and you're having trembling muscles, then you will say, "Arey yaar, chhod dete hain yaar." All that rubbish. Don't get into that rut. Don't get into that rut. Be professional and do exercises the way you should be doing exercises. Make them enjoyable. Make your exercises enjoyable. Let the exercises be as enjoyable as watching a movie or reading an interesting book. Okay? Moving on to the next video now. The next video is about nutrition. Next video is about nutrition. Let's see what the two friends are talking about. Nutrition. So we spoke about health today in the presentation, and see, your Humatar friends are all here talking about health, right? Here we go. This is the last video of the day, by the way. Here.
Margaret, I've been thinking a lot about nutrition lately.
Really? What's been on your mind?
Well, I've been reading a lot about the link between diet and health, and it's really got me thinking about what we eat and how it affects our bodies.
That's definitely something to think about. Have you been making any changes to your diet?
I've been trying to eat more fruits and vegetables and whole grains. And I'm cutting back on processed foods and sugary drinks.
That sounds like a good plan. Nutrition is vital for everybody regardless of age. I should probably make some changes too.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to be more conscious of what I'm putting into my body and how it might affect my health down the road.
I think that's a smart idea. We should be more aware of our eating and how it affects our bodies. Thanks for talking to me about this, Richard. It's something I definitely need to think about more.
Let me know if you need more information on nutrition or healthy eating. I'd be glad to share what I've learned.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of the conversations. I repeat this, and I can't stress on this point enough that regardless of who you are talking to, you heard me say who you are talking to. If you are a classical English classicist, then you might think I should have said whom, regardless of whom you are talking to. But these days, whom and who are interchangeably used. So I'm using the modern version. I hope you excuse me for that. So regardless of who you are talking to, boy, girl, young boy, young girl, little boy, elderly man, elderly woman, a middle-aged man, a middle-aged lady, doesn't matter, right? Cutting across the professions, talking to a doctor or a lawyer or a shopkeeper or a salesperson, or even to the people who might bother you by calling you up on your phone and asking you to buy their credit card or take their credit card. Be humble and respectful. Never, 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 never lose your temper and never say anything that is disparaging unless you are respectful, right? If you ask people like me, who are Puritans in one sense, would not find you fit for civil societies, right? Be respectful even to a child. Be respectful even to a 2-year-old, right? Because that 2-year-old has the seeds of becoming a Madame Curie or a scientist or Albert Einstein. Only because you're talking to a child does not mean that you have to be talking to him or her in a manner that is not considered responsible behavior. Please be respectful to all, children, elderly, middle-aged, young people alike, right? Okay, so now coming to the last part of today's lesson, I would want 2 of the learned participants to be doing the spontaneous for us. Okay, calling out the name. Many of you, I don't see too many today, only 7 or 8 participants. That is unfortunate. To tell you the truth, I'm disappointed. I expected more. But anyway, probably they are busy in the office or they have some reasons not to be here. I hope they catch up with us on YouTube and learn. So do not run away. The moment I said that I'll be asking you to do spontaneous, some people are running away. Don't do that, please, for goodness sake. Okay. All right. All right. It's, in fact, you should be welcoming it. You should be welcoming. You must be thinking in your mind, oh, I wish Biswajit gives me a topic to speak on. Okay. Today there'll be repeats, by the way. Today there will be repeats. Just a second, please. There you go. Okay. First is coming from Manisha. Manisha, be ready. I'm giving you full screen. Okay. Manisha, are you ready? Say something, say hello, say something.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
You're not visible on the screen. Say something more. Say something lengthier.
Hello.
Yeah, there you are. There you are. Now you're visible. Okay.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible, but I wish that you had been a little better audible, because this is, although we can hear you, but voice is wobbling a little, but anyway, I think we'll be able to manage. So your topic today is cliche topic, but nonetheless an important topic, is punctuality. Punctuality. Go ahead, start.
Good evening, sir. I hope you're fine. And today's topic is punctuality. So punctuality is something that it is related to time. Punctuality is like when you're on time everywhere you go and in every situation. You do not delay it because when you delay, it becomes it becomes a habit of procrastinating. So that should not be your habit, because once you have this habit of procrastination, then it becomes your routine and it hinders your daily work. And when you will avoid your daily work and you will keep and you will keep losing your track, then it is not good for your work and for your profile too. So all you need in your life is punctuality. Punctuality can do wonders in your life. With this, you will be able to complete all your tasks on time. And when you will complete all your tasks on time, you don't have to do left anything for your weekends or for extreme situations. Like when I was in college, so we had this thing that used to complete all our assignments on last date. I know this is not a good thing, but we, as a student, as a college student, we all have done this. So we used to enjoy it at that moment. I'm not denying it, but yes, it always made us to do all the things at very last moment. And when you do things at last moment, then of course you do not give your best. You just have this thing in your mind, okay, just do the thing and submit your assignment. And when you will do the work with this tendency and with this mindset, of course, you will not get 100% that you can do. So yes, we should have punctuality in our lives, and with punctuality in India, we can recall example of our great leader, Sri Mahatma Gandhi. So yes, because he has always been an epitome of punctuality in Indian lifestyle. Because in Hindi, sorry. So yes, it is like I have heard a story of Mahatma Gandhi when I was in class 8 or something. So it was like that when he was getting late, Mahatma Gandhi was called for a speech, but somehow he got late because of his train. But still he managed to reach there on time, and so yes, he taught us. He always used to talk about punctuality in his speech and in his lifestyle. We have many more examples of this. So yes, nothing is studying, nothing is studying. And in my if I see this thing, like if I take my example, then in my household, the most punctual person is my grandfather. He does each and everything on time. Like he has this habit of waking up at 4 a.m. Then it will be 4 a.m. and he has this habit of waking up at 4 a.m. and going to work and coming back home at around 6:30 or 7. He has this habit from around 10 or 11 past years, and I have not even seen a single day where he had put down this schedule and has not done anything like which is away from which is different from his schedule. So that is why like he's with God grace, he is 80 plus, and he is still better than most of the family members. In fact, sometime when I came back from office, I'm like, Mummy, I have joint pain or something. But when I see my grandfather, he's the fittest man in our family. He's like, why are you like that? I still can walk more than you. So that is because he has this discipline and punctuality in his life. He has not skipped his schedule. He has not skipped his schedule for like 10 or 11 years. And so this is all. This is what we should learn from our elders, because they have been more punctual than us. And I have seen this thing, and I was very concerned about it. Like we have all these sources with us, we have all means with us today, which are here to make our work easier, to make our life easy. But in today's world, when we have all these sources, we see that that is why we are lacking time. We have phone, we can communicate to others, we can send our messages faster, but still we do not communicate to others on this by we don't have time. But and like if you will see many other gadgets and something which are here to make our life easier, and because of those gadgets we are lacking time. So I think there is some problem in our strategy and time management. So that this is as an adult, and we should learn and we should manage our time, which still I'm not able to manage somehow. I used to think that when I'll go to office, I'll do this thing, but honestly speaking, I'm not even able to do one of the things that I thought that I will do after my job. I do is get up at normal time, go office, come back home, attend this class, and after some time I'll use phone and read something, and then I'll sleep. So this is not a kind of schedule I have always wanted. Yes, I want to change, but I don't know, something is wrong with me. So I will need sir's guidance for this. So yes, but I am sure that we can achieve our goals if we are punctual and if we manage our time. So yes, if we will manage punctuality, it comes with lots of advantages. You can have a good schedule, and when you have good schedule, you can complete all your tasks good. And as sir said that good health means good mind, and everything goes well. So and mental health is very important. So for that, good health is
Manisha,
required.
that should do. That should do. Wow.
Sorry.
Please give her a huge round of applause, all of you. What a performance. My goodness, Manisha, I can see a pro already in you. Wow. Absolutely impressed to the core. Now tell me, all of you, am I praising her beyond what she deserves, or she really deserves this praises? Didn't she speak brilliantly? Absolutely.
Deserves. Yeah,
It was awesome,
Superb.
sir. It was
Awesome.
awesome.
Awesome. My
it was
goodness.
awesome.
Manisha, from now on, when I go for lectures elsewhere to for live classes, I'll take you along. You will be demonstrating the spontaneous speech, okay? Not me. Okay. That's wonderful. Great, great, great. Okay, I'll read out the compliments for you, Manisha. Wow, I'm so happy. I'm so delighted. Okay. Here you are. My team says terrific performance, Manisha. Then you have another of your friends saying, well done, dear. Lekha saying, you did very well, Manisha. You haven't made a single mistake. Okay, fine. Thank you, everyone, Manisha says. Nitesh says, awesome performance, Manisha. Pallavi says, very nice, Manisha. Sneha says, inspiring. And Manisha again, thanks, everybody. That was so nice of you to say so. Okay, thank you. So, I mean, you deserve every bit of it, Manisha. I'm not kind of unnecessarily praising you, not trying to placate you in the least. You have done a wonderful job. I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. I mean, you already show great improvement, and there's still a long way to go. Just imagine if you are this today, what are you going to be in December? My goodness, right? You're going to give the native speakers creeps if you keep performing like this. Great. So happy. All right. All right. Next performance is going to be Pallavi. Pallavi, get your gear together, your mental gear together, because you're going to do the next one, right? Okay. Okay. Here you come. Here we go. Here we go. Right. Give us another great performance. And do not worry. Do not be under any stress. Okay. Just go ahead and do it. I know you'll do well. All right. Pallavi, your topic for spontaneous speech is animal rights. Animal rights. Shoot.
Okay. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So the topic for today's spontaneous speech is animal rights. Yeah. As we say, the topic is really good. As we know that we only
Pallavi, you can keep your video off so that we can hear you only. Okay, because there is an internet issue at your end. Keep your video off and speak. No problem. You can join us later on the video.
we have like God we can speak, we can if something has gone bad with us, we can at least speak, we can express our emotions. But animals can't express their emotions. They have also same feelings, they have also same emotions, but they can't speak. So if that privilege has given to us, so it's our responsibility that we should think about animal rights. We should think that how something is happening bad to animals, so how we can make more laws, so that we can think more about them. So it's on us we have to think about their rights, because they can think about their rights by themselves. So as we know that government has made many laws, like how we can protect stray animals, like the animals which are on roads, or like this. So it's like that. How can we? Nothing striking me, nothing striking me. It's like that. How can we? It's not that only government should make laws on that. It's also it's we have to like follow. We have to like think that how we rules, that laws, to so that it can implemented in a well manner, because government and ruling parties makes laws, but citizens do not follow it. Because of that, uh, rights, their rights, animal rights are not represented in a well manner, even though laws and rules are made. So what we can do, that we can make like more hospitals, more shelters for stray animals which are like on the roads, which have like got we see that there are many animals which have no like place, no shelter, so they are like on the roads, so sometime by accident or by anything they got injured, so some bad things are happening to them. So we have to make something like this. Like many NGOs are working on it. Like we see that many NGOs many NGOs are working, like they are making shelters, they are making hospitals, they are working for them. Many like there are many celebrities also who are like working for the animal rights. I remember one like Virat Kohli and Anushka Sharma also like PETA. I remember one organization which is working on animal rights. So what I think that not only government, also we should think that how we can work for their rights, how we can do much more so that their we can think more about their safety, uh, so that uh, so that their rights can be given to them. We all have to work for us. We all have to work for it, as we all fight for our rights. We see, so we have to fight for their rights also. They are not demanding so much because they can't speak like what they want. They have some little needs like their safety. They want safety. They want food. They want like they don't get uh, like the nothing striking. So it's important that we we work about their safety, their food, and it's all can be done with the help of everyone. If all can work on it, then only it's possible we can fight for their rights. If we can fight for us, we can fight for them also, because these are those creatures, they can't fight for themselves. So we have to fight for their rights. We have to like do simple things, like simple things we can do, and by that uh, we can protect them, we can save them, things that are happening to them. So like if many NGOs can work, if government can make some things, so we have to like just follow, just do simple things, just if we are seeing something, if we are seeing any like animal or any animal on the road or anywhere, we are seeing that they have got so much problem, so we can help them. We can't do so much at our part, but little things that we can do on our part. Like if everyone will do things on their part, then it will be like a great contribution to like for them, for their rights. So
Pallavi, that
uh,
should do.
thank
Remarkable.
you,
Give
sir.
her a huge round of applause, please. My goodness, my goodness. I mean, what do I say? Do you realize how much you all have improved? Pallavi, that's a very inspiring performance. I really can't believe it. It's incredible that that you girls are speaking at this level. I mean, I didn't expect the improvement to happen at such a fast pace. I, of course, never had any doubts that improvement will happen, but the two of you have demonstrated what it means to practice and what kind of results can you get if you regularly practice. I will be reading out some of the messages that you have so uh, so deservingly got from your fellow participants. Okay, Manisha says amazing Pallavi, right? Then you have Sanjay saying awesome performance. Sneha says well done Pallavi, great performance. Lekha writes yes, you have performed so well Pallavi. And my team writes excellent and thoughtful performance Pallavi. And again, Sanjay, another message from Sanjay, great performance. And Pallavi thanks all you wonderful friends who have given her such beautiful compliments. You know, this is delightful. I'm so happy today to see such a quantum jump in the performances. This is remarkable, and this brings true delight to the heart of a teacher. I cannot tell you how happy I am with these performances. And I'm sure as we go along, when we select 2 more participants tomorrow to do the talking for us, they'll also be doing as well. I'm so happy for all of you. And yes, I'm a little happy for myself as well, because I can see that the efforts are bearing fruits, right? So all of you are doing great. Now, before I close, I have a very small request to make. Kindly understand that your regular participation in the course is very essential, because it is a collaborative course. You are not doing it in isolation. You are doing it with me, and you are doing it with your fellow learners. When you absent from the classes, or you keep yourself away from the coterie, you are not only doing yourself a great disservice, you are also doing a great disservice to your team members. So think about yourself and think about your team members. They're a part of you now. Since it's a family, it's going to be a family all your life. Remember the commitment that you have made to your coterie members, that you will be conversing with one another in English for life, for as long as you are there. And now there's another small request. I believe one of the coteries has kind of broken up, because for some reasons, the team members are not available, and Lekha and Nitesh, if my observation is correct, do not have a proper coterie to practice in. So I would request the coterie of Kirti and Pallavi, and the others, of course, Shubham and everybody, to kindly accommodate them and maybe enhance the time from half an hour to 40 minutes. Do it in the interest of your friends, so that Nitesh and Lekha also get enough public speaking practice. Is that acceptable? Kirti, is that acceptable?
Sir, it takes so much time.
I
If
know
there are 6 in our group.
there are 6 in your group, and now it's going to be 8, right? You can already see the condition over here.
No, sir, we are 4 people, but if 2 are added here, then we will be 6 there.
So
So,
6 are fine. 6 are fine then, right? 6 can
6
be
are
accommodated.
fine, but actually time will be
That
very,
much, but please remember that it's a 6-month investment, and the results in the end are going to be very, very fruitful, because the 2 new team members that you're going to have in your coterie are really going to fuel up the conversational process. Pallavi, are you okay with it? Pallavi, will the changes be acceptable to you?
okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't say okay. Don't say okay.
No problem.
See, as a
No, sir,
teacher,
no problem.
okay, as a teacher, it is my job to ensure that everybody stands to get benefited. So maybe you can have I'm not forcing it upon anyone. The 6 of you can work it out together, talk, and find out how you will be doing it, right? But I tell you, if I'd been doing this training program as a student, I would certainly be very happy to have new members in the team, because I would get the opportunity of listening to new people and interacting with new people, right? So what is going to be the agenda for tomorrow? A similar agenda that we have followed today, right? One presentation. If you are wondering, when are we going to start essential grammar? Essential grammar will begin shortly. Do not worry. Essential grammar will start out very soon, and you will have plenty of essential grammar exercises to deal with. Okay? So I'll make you do lots of essential grammar exercises, which will make your sense of English even more profound. Don't worry about it. So with that said, let me repeat what I said earlier. When you talk, make it a point that you listen to the person you are talking to and be respectful to the person. Little girl, little boy, young girl, young boy, elderly lady, elderly gentleman, whatever, whoever you are talking to, be respectful. Even if you are talking to a close friend, do not take undue liberties. Be respectful. Okay, be very, very respectful. And yes, get going. Start exercising, right? For a healthier brain, healthier body and healthier brain. Okay, thank you so very much. Take care. Good night. And tomorrow I see you
Good
again
night,
at,
sir.
yeah, good night. 7:45 tomorrow again. Right. Good night. Good night. Take care.
Good night, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Sir.
Take care.
Bye, sir. Good
Okay.
night.
Good night.